2027 presidency, it will be difficult for outsiders to win with how APC administration is working, and now to the news in full. The ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has cautioned opposition parties in Nigeria not to be overly excited by the defeat of US Vice President Kamala Harris in the recent presidential election, emphasizing that President Bola Tinubu is poised to secure victory again in 2027. Former President Donald Trump was declared the winner of the US presidential election on Wednesday, marking a significant comeback that surprised many around the globe. The 78-year-old businessman's triumph makes him the 47th president and the oldest individual to win the White House. Reacting to the developments, the National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Obiora Ifo, described the US election as a true test of democracy and noted that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) could learn valuable lessons from the process. Ifo highlighted that the American electorate's disregard for the incumbency factor, a dominant influence in African elections, was noteworthy. Similarly, Ladipo Johnson, the spokesperson for the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), commented on the long-standing complexity of the US electoral system and expressed hope for a future in which Nigeria would overcome the practice of incumbents using their power and security apparatus to intimidate opposition parties. However, APC National Publicity Director Bala Ibrahim urged the opposition not to become overly confident due to the US election results, stressing that the electoral process in Nigeria and the US are distinct. Speaking to Punch, Ibrahim pointed out that incumbency does not always guarantee victory, as demonstrated by former President Muhammadu Buhari's 2015 win and then incumbent Goodluck Jonathan. Ibrahim expressed confidence that Nigerians would soon appreciate the benefits of President Tinubu's economic reforms. Which benefits? What reform? Abeg, dey warn yourself. Which will likely secure public support for his continued leadership. He added that the party remained unperturbed by opposition threats and stressed that the country's leadership would not be left to those grappling with internal crisis. He said, with the way and manner this administration of APC is working assiduously, bringing in new reforms and changes that are painful initially, we will reap the gains and fruits in the long run. We expect to start seeing the fruits of this reform right from around the time of the election. That should be around 2026 and 2027. Very funny. So we should start seeing results around that time, so that you use the opportunity to win election. People think that Nigerians are fools, abi? We are mumus like you people. We should start seeing the fruits around 2026 and 2027. Indeed. Why can't we start seeing it now in 2024 and 2025? Why should it be 2026 stroke 2027? You don't see mumu, abi? It is at that time people will start clapping for the party and the president. It will be almost impossible for someone to come from the outside, particularly an outsider that has failed the country before, an outsider that cannot contain its own crisis, to think of defeating the incumbent. It will be very difficult. The APC and the president are very much aware of this expectation and shenanigans of the opposition, but it is not to say that the party and the president are sleeping. No, they are strategizing ahead. So when we get to the bridge, we will see who have the strongest stride to cross it. And I assure you, the APC will not be found wanting. It will not be caught napping. Okay, now we have heard you. Chris Emekoma says, you are imposing yourself on Nigerians by coercion. That is anti-democratic movement, not acceptable by Nigerians. You are singing your praises while thousands of Nigerians are dying of hunger on a daily basis. You are telling us that we will start seeing the changes of your reform in 2026, 2027. So that people will think, oh, he's actually doing well. Let's vote for him one more time. Maybe the next 4 years will be better. And then the struggle will continue again for another 4 years. That one, you continue your 4 years with people suffering. I beg, stop lying. Tony Weme says Tinubu to win 2027 election through legal or illegal means. Which part of the country is going to give him the winning number? If not rigging, we all know how we came in the first place. We know. Gentle Ogiego says Tinubu no try enter that seat of presidency in 2027. If you do so, as you dey enter there, now so your yansh go catch fire. I zip my mouth. Okay now. Kayode Ajayi Alex says the difference between US And Nigeria is how we accept defeat or electoral loss. Here, you see every contestant claiming he or she was rigged out. Every loser claims his mandate was stolen. How many mandates do we have? Just one, but you see, now everybody owns it. Bayo Oloyede says, man can make his plan. It is the Almighty God that directs his step. Proverbs 16 verse 19. Luke Mojubanire says, where is democracy in America? Someone that was answering to criminal cases won election and you call that democracy. Someone that is a drug baron won election in Nigeria and you call that democracy, eh? Luke Mojubanire. Is it democracy that a drug lord, somebody that does not know his school that he went to, that does not even know his name, that does not know anything about himself, he is our president, he does not know his age, he does not know anything. Do you call that democracy? All the criminal cases against Donald Trump, all of them, most of them were politically aligned. It is because of politics that they made all those cases against him. It's not as if he did all those things that they said he did. So, what are you saying? Franklin says, T-Pain, nobody is sure of tomorrow. If you like, continue with your nonsense. Oladipo Bukola says, Tinubu should not try to go for second term. With useless way, he betrayed people because he will not win. Now, not people vote for him in Lagos, in no win. Shaibu Anthony said, it's not your fault, but our miserable youths who are not ready to fight for just cause. I beg, don't you ever say that the youths are miserable again. Do you know how many times the youths have come outside to protest and what they get for doing that? Don't ever say the youths are miserable again. We've tried our best. Let everybody come outside. The elders that are keeping quiet. The youths who come outside to protest, they'll get arrested. Some of them will be left in jail. They will not be released. And you're saying that the youths are miserable. You, Shaibu, have you ever come outside to protest before? Nonsense. Ekenem says, which Jonathan are you talking about? Did Buhari win him or APC rigged him out of office with war threats? Chibuzo says, if Mr. Tinubu crossed the bridge to 2027, let his words catch fire. And they that are still his supporters too, watch and see 2027. Okoje Joseph says, let them destroy the country. If heaven fall, it doesn't fall on section of the country. But oh, yes, so. Chibuzo says, Mr. and Mrs. APC regime continues to have fake confidence to make Nigerians hunger. Admin and 2026 APC, Mr. Tinubu will use money they have stolen from being president-elect. Mr. Tinubu's agenda is making sure that offer what looks like he is doing well to campaign 2027. It will never survive by INEC stakeholders' empire again. Chosen Child said Nigeria is different from America because Nigeria doesn't follow the rules of law. Nigerian politicians are greedy. Even if they lost election, they will never accept. They will look for a way to rig or snatch it and run away with ballot boxes. Nigerian politicians are thieves. They will do everything to be the president. So need to conduct election in Nigeria because your vote won't count, because Nigeria is ruled by godfatherism. I say, and that is the truth. Youth have tried to protest, but what do we get in return? We get killed, we get arrested and locked up. So it will be difficult for anybody to come outside and say, we want to protest, we want to say this person, he's not our president and all of that. It is well, my listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.